Welcome to Mindfuck Mondays, because the news should come with a trigger warning. I'm Chanelle, and this week's headlines are full of chaos, clapbacks, and Christian nationalism dressed up as policy. We're breaking down the coast-to-coast protests, a new economic gut punch, and why the White House just called gender ideology a form of child abuse. Yep, that's the kind of Monday we're having. So grab your coffee, tea, or tequila, no judgment here, and let's dive into it. I'm Chanelle, and this is Sassy Politics. Protests erupt across the U.S. Tens of thousands march this weekend in hands-off rallies, protesting Trump's extremist policies, abortion restrictions, and the slow slide into authoritarian rule. Biggest surprise? Baby boomers came out in force. They dusted off their protest signs and pretended like it was 1969. Power to the people. With reading glasses, I should know. Trump announces 10% tariff on all imports. Trump declared a blanket 10% tariff on everything we import. Result? The Dow dropped harder than his approval rating in Gen Z. Just what the economy needed. A tax on literally everything we buy. On the sadder side of things, tornadoes devastate the Midwest and South. Massive storms rip through several states, killing dozens and destroying communities. Meanwhile, the GOP is still pretending climate change is a woke hoax. Newsflash: nature doesn't care about your party line. Motley Crue, a band I remember from the 80s, cancels tour over Vince Neil's health. The iconic rock band canceled upcoming shows due to frontman Vince Neil's undisclosed health issues, wishing him a smooth recovery and reminding Gen Z that rock existed before Taylor Swift. Santa Monica hosted the Breakthrough Prize Awards. Think Nobel Prize, but with red carpets and tech billionaires. Gwyneth Paltrow showed up. Paris Hilton did as well. Science is trending, and I'm here for it. Now, let's get them some funding. I'm an Apple girl, but Samsung just delayed Galaxy S25 Edge. Samsung postponed the launch of its flagship phone due to tech issues and internal drama. Somewhere, an Apple exec is laughing while drinking overpriced espresso. White House proclamation: gender ideology equals child abuse. Let's talk about the actual horror show. On April 3rd, Trump's White House issued a proclamation for National Child Abuse Prevention Month and used it to declare one of the most prevalent forms of child abuse facing our country today is the sinister threat of gender ideology. And those are quotes. Oh, but it gets worse. Here's another one. There is no substitute for a strong mother and father. My message to every American child is simple. You are perfect exactly the way God made you. That's whitehouse.gov. This is how our authoritarian messaging sneaks under the radar, wrapped in faith, framed as protection, and aimed at erasing trans existence. Major medical organizations like AMA and the AAP have already clapped back, calling gender-affirming care medically necessary and often life-saving. But Trump's administration is trying to turn basic human rights into religious crimes. This isn't just cruel, it's calculated. And it's terrifying for LGBTQ kids who are just trying to survive in a world that keeps trying to legislate them out of existence. So to recap, boomers are back in the streets, tariffs are tanking the economy, tornadoes are reminding us that climate change is very real, Samsung is glitching, Vince is healing, and the White House is now quoting scripture to justify transphobia. Next week, we'll dig into how these proclamations are being used to drive dangerous bills in red states, and what Democrats need to say louder if they want to fight this wave of theocratic fascism. Until then, stay informed, stay loud, and don't let anyone tell you their version of God trumps your human rights. Love you, miss you, bye.